Now at 5, the rain has not stopped falling, and the water just keeps rising. Thousands of people across southeast Texas heading for shelters as catastrophic flooding overwhelms the area.
I've lost everything. I've lost both cars and everything in my house. We've got waist-high water in my house.
Tonight, rescuers working around the clock as the president visits the state.
This is historic. It's epic what happened. But you know what? It happened in Texas, and Texas can handle anything.
And the confirmed death toll from Harvey rising tonight.
Houston's mayor confirming one of the city's police officers died Sunday. He was trapped inside his flooded patrol car. The storm has shattered rainfall records in the continental U.S. already. Some areas seeing up to 49 inches of rain. A dire warning earlier today for people in Brazoria County. That's south of Houston. Things only getting worse as a levee gave way. Officials telling people get out now. Tonight, there are also major questions about where people who are rescued or evacuated can go. Shelters are filling up faster than officials can open them. We have live team coverage tonight on the latest on Harvey, starting with CBS 4's Kenneth Craig. He'll be here live in Houston for us. Yeah, we're getting ready to hear the very latest on the situation on the ground in Houston. Kenneth Craig standing by as he has been with the very latest for us. Kenneth.
Good afternoon to you. I am standing outside the city's convention center, which has not shut its doors since opening. It is the city's main shelter, though, and at this point, officials are desperate for some relief. Harvey is still not finished with Texas. Rescue crews are working around the clock to bring more evacuees to safety.
There's no way in and out our neighborhood. We can't get food, no electricity, about a day now.
Volunteers and first responders have plucked more than 6,000 people from rising floodwaters. A levee near Houston also breached this morning, sending more water into neighborhoods. A boat got to these people stranded on top of a pickup truck just in the nick of time. Harvey is blamed for at least 9 deaths, including a Houston police officer who became trapped in floodwaters on his way to work.
We couldn't find him, and once our dive team got there, it was too treacherous to go under and look for him.
Thousands of storm evacuees are crowding into Houston's downtown convention center, and tensions are rising.
We haven't had showers in 3 days. It smells in there. It's dirty.
More than 9,000 people have showed up here to the convention center. It was supposed to only hold 5,000. The mayor is now asking FEMA to provide a shelter for another 10,000 evacuees.
We're not turning anyone away, but it does mean that we need to expand our capabilities and our capacity.
President Trump traveled to Corpus Christi for a briefing on recovery efforts from local and state officials.
This was of epic proportion.
The tropical storm is back over the Gulf and is expected to make a second landfall tomorrow just east of Houston. So many volunteers have showed up here to the convention center, many of them with clothing from their own homes, that officials have started redirecting them to other shelters that also need their help and their supplies. Reporting live in Houston, I'm Kenneth Craig. I'll send it back over to you.
Kenneth, let's talk about the mindset of some of these people who have been rescued and who are now inside these shelters like the one behind you. We heard the woman in your report say it's been days without a shower. People are starting to lose their patience, and yet this is an ordeal that is going to stretch on for days to come. What is being done to help people from an emotional standpoint deal with this disruption and anxiety in their lives?
Well, we understand there are social workers inside, psychologists, and other personnel to assist with the people inside. Many of the people here have never experienced anything like this in their life, and so they're going to need a lot of assistance going forward and resources to deal with that kind of thing. But it is really, really heartbreaking in there. When you walk into that room, the main room where so many of these people are being housed, it goes on and on and on forever, so much so that they've sort of spilled into the hallways and other corridors where people are just laying on the floors.
And we've seen these incredible rescues, a little bit of hope in the midst of such tragic loss. Have you had a chance to talk to any of the rescuers or the people who have been rescued?
We haven't had a chance to talk to any of those rescuers, to be honest with you, because we've been centered around downtown Houston, which up until this point has really been surrounded by water. And so we've sort of been trapped in this area. But I have talked to so many of the people inside and so many of the people who have been rescued, who are so grateful for the officials, the first responders, and then so many civilians who have saved their lives, really.
Yeah, I imagine it's hard to get around there. You're kind of on an island doing live shots. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Kenneth.